Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be showing off my gaming controller collection. I have a whole bunch of really cool controllers that I'd love to share with you all. If you guys like the video, hit the like button. If you want to see my console collection, let me know down below because I have a lot of really cool consoles as well. Alrighty, let's start off with the Xbox controller, since I know a lot of my viewers come from Xbox games, PvZ. Let's start with the Xbox One / Xbox Series. So Xbox Series, this is the one that came with the Xbox Series X. This is the one that came with the Xbox Series S, which I have both of, but mine is the Series X. I do have two more of these black Xbox controllers, but it only makes sense to me to really show off one because it kind of takes up a lot of space. This is the Xbox 360 styled controller for the Xbox Series X. It's a special edition, limited edition, I believe it's called a Galaxy. Yeah, so it's an Xbox Series X or Xbox One controller in the style of the 360 controller. For casual games, this is my go-to. Over here is the GameSir controller. This is the best one for shooter games in my opinion. It has back buttons as well as it having Hall effect sticks, so it is completely drift proof, and there's also a customizable software on the Xbox that you could use. If you're into shooters, this is the best controller to get, and it's affordable too. This is my Design Lab controller. I tried to base it off the Xbox 360 controller, which is why the buttons look slightly different than the stock Xbox controller. I also have a metallic D-pad I thought looked really cool. Over here is based on the Xbox 360 as well. So yeah, this is a nice Design Lab controller. If you're wondering what this is, my dog Lily, she was shaped like a bean, so I would call her Bean Dog, and it has that engraved on there. Unfortunately, she did pass away this year, so rest in peace, Lily. But this controller is part tribute to her because her color scheme was black and white. Moving on to the Xbox 360. This is my original Xbox 360 controller, and as you could see, it's seen better days. Yeah, I love this controller. It's blue. I'd like to mod this one and get it back up to good shape. This is the later model Xbox 360 controller. This one came with the black model. Very nice controller. This is the AtPlay controller, which is a now closed brand. Nice controller. I use this one pretty frequently. This is another Xbox 360 first party controller. Pretty good. This is the U-Draw gamepad for Xbox 360. So it's for games that you could use. There's like different drawing games you could play. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. There's a couple of 360 games that utilize that. This is the Xbox 360 wired controller. This is the one I use because I don't really like having to go through batteries. Over here is the Xbox Duke controller. This is actually for the Series X or Xbox One. So don't let it fool you. I had an original Xbox when I was younger, but I don't have it anymore. I think it broke or something. I still have a lot of the games for it though. That was the first console I ever played. With the first game I ever being played was SpongeBob SpongeBob movie game. And then I put my Sega controllers over here because I consider Xbox like the continuation of Sega. Here's the Sega Genesis Model 1 controller. I have a couple other of these, but like I said, they're duplicates. Here's the 6-button controller for the Sega Genesis. And then as well as this, it's called a power clutch. And this is also for the Sega Genesis. By clicking these, you could adjust the turbo. So if you're playing Sonic, you could hold down the button and it'll make you spin dash really quickly. Really, really fun controller. I really like this one. Alright, let's move over to the PC stuff. Miscellaneous. Starting off with the Mayflash arcade stick. It's a little dusty. I took it out of a closet earlier today. I haven't used it in a while, so excuse me for the dust on it. Made by Mayflash. It has a nice feel. It works on a lot of different devices. Here's my current keyboard. I got this one recently. It's an RK clutch. Looks like I shed it a little bit. Got on it, excuse me. It's a very nice looking controller, or keyboard, sorry. It has lights. I'm a big fan of the purple color scheme. And then this is the keyboard I just stopped using. This is a SteelSeries keyboard. I have probably over 15 keyboards, but these are the most recent two I've been using. Recently moving on to this one right here, the RK. My current mouse I'm using is this one right here. It is a Endgame, really good mouse. This is my NES mouse. It's based off an NES controller. It has a D-pad on the side, and it also has NES buttons, so it's a really cool and unique mouse. This is my retired mouse, Logitech G250, I think, G502, I don't know, sorry, Logitech G502. It has a scroll wheel that you could click, and then you could press the button and you could have it roll on its own. It's a nice mouse, it's just a little bit heavy, so I moved on to the Endgame about a month ago. This is the 8BitDo Ultimate 2C. This is a really good controller, made by a very good brand. Hall effect sticks, so it's drift proof, wireless, or you could use it wired. It also has a bonus button right here, and it's mouse click. This right here is an older controller. This is the Logitech controller, pretty infamous controller. Yeah, so this controller is okay. It's like a weird PS3, Xbox 360 controller hybrid. I don't know how I feel about it, but I wanted it in my collection. These are two various gaming mice, random gaming mice that I just found while I was looking through, because I have many bins and bins of controllers and stuff. I just found these in there and I figured I would take them out. They're not really anything special though, I don't use them. Let's move on to the Nintendo Switch. Right here is the Hori Mario Mini Pad. Here's the Hori Pokken Tournament DX Fight Pad. Power A Pro Controller. I believe this is a PDP. Yeah, PDP Pro Controller. This is maybe my favorite controller I've ever used in my entire life, but unfortunately it has stick drift, so I can't use it anymore. Here's a Power A GameCube styled Pro Controller. I have two of these. Here's the Ultimate 2C, but for the Switch. As you could see, that one's purple, this one's blue. If I'm playing any game that isn't Smash Bros. On the Nintendo Switch, this is my go-to controller. Here I have my first-party Nintendo Switch Pro Controllers, Splatoon 2. Here's a first-party controller with a custom shell based on the Super Nintendo. If you couldn't tell, I'm a big fan of the color purple. Here's another Splatoon 2 controller. Here's the 8BitDo Ultimate controller. This one's pretty good. It's great if you like the PlayStation layout and if you want to play with a rechargeable controller on the Switch. Here's some more Power A Pro controllers. This is the Christmas Super Mario one, and then this is the Super Mario Odyssey one. Here's the 8BitDo, I think it's called SN30 Pro. It's a hybrid between the Super Nintendo controller and a Pro controller. So pretty good controller, very nice D-pad. 8BitDo is a great brand. There's a lot of first-party Xbox controllers made by them. I forgot to show this with the Sega controllers. This is an AtGames Blast controller. Here's a Nintendo Switch 2. I figured I'd show this off. I have three more Switches. You could actually send your Joy-Cons to Nintendo for free to have them repair it, and I'm currently doing that, so they're not going to appear in this video. But I have the pink and purple, or the green and pink Joy-Cons, as well as the Splatoon Deluxe, Splatoon 3 Special Edition, as well as the Mario Odyssey Dark Red Joy-Cons from the Special Edition Mario Odyssey console. Moving on to Sony, here's the PS1 controller. PS2, I unfortunately only have a third-party controller. Recently I've been getting into that PS2 kind of thing, so one will be added to the collection soon. Two DualShock 3 first-party controllers. Here's my PS4 controller, the DualShock 4. I have the blue one. I also have a red one. And then here's a third-party PS4 controller. This is like if someone comes over and wants to play, I could just plug this one in. I don't have the PS5. I could get one if I wanted to, but I wouldn't use it. There's nothing for me to play on there that I'm interested in. Moving on to the Nintendo GameCube. Starting off, I have the infamous Donkey Kong bongos. Pretty funny. Then I had my first GameCube controller. It was a Indigo. And then I had my second one, an OEM Indigo. This is like a bonus controller, see-through green, orange spice GameCube controller. The very rare SpongeBob controller, which is also modded. This is my personal GameCube controller. It is also modded, and I really like the color scheme of it, and this is my favorite controller. Here's a Wavebird GameCube controller, a Jet Black GameCube controller, and I have 3 more of these OEM ones. Here's the Retro Fighters Battler GC controller. This was, they only made 100, I believe, of the crystal clear one, so it's pretty rare. Pretty good second-party brand. Made by Hacks Money. Unfortunately, he passed away this year, but a very good controller for Super Smash Bros. Melee. Here's another box-style controller made by Rana Digital. 3D printed. Really, really cool and really, really nice. As you can see, it's a very similar layout to the box controller. Moving over here, we have the Nintendo Wii. Here is the U-Draw tablet for the Wii. It's the same as the Xbox 360 one, but you could put a Wii remote in this little thing, and that's how it connects to the Wii. Over here, I have some basic Wiimotes. So, blue one, that's my favorite one. And then I have 2 stock ones right here, and then a Wii Motion Plus. I have a ton more of these, but these were the ones I found when I was looking for stuff for this video. Wii Classic Controller, Wii Classic Controller Pro, which I'm currently in the process of modding. I started it yesterday. I'm playing around with it, so that's why it's missing a little stick. This will be done soon, though. Some nunchucks, third-party classic controller, some Wiimote accessories, as well as one of my several GameCube-styled Wii controllers. For the Wii U, I have a third-party controller, Pro Controller, an official Wii U Pro Controller. Gamepad, the black gamepad. Moving on over to the original NES. I have the NES Zapper, which is only compatible with a CRT TV, which I have several of. The NES controller, original, both are in fantastic condition. 2 second-party NES controllers. Here's my Super Nintendo controllers. I have 4 of them, all in fantastic condition. The Super Nintendo mouse, the Super Famicom controller, as well as the Super Nintendo Super Scope. That thing takes 6 AA batteries. It's quite hefty. Alright, and last but not least, we have the Nintendo 64. Basic gray, the golden, and then 2 Hori styled ones. I don't really play the 64 too much, but I definitely prefer the Hori styled controller when I do. Alright, this was my controller collection for my favorites of each. As I pointed out, my silver GameCube controller is my favorite for the Nintendo controllers. The GameSir is my favorite for the Xbox controllers. This is currently my favorite keyboard. For MISC games, my favorite is currently the 8-bit DOE, and these work on the PS3 as well. So yeah, that was my controller collection. As I said, I have way more duplicates, and there's even some I just couldn't find. Maybe I'll show that in part 2. But for now, this is what I'm going to show off. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know which one of my controllers is your favorite. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.